Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to you. 5 mountain passes, 4,000 metres of vertical gain. The riders won't be taking it easy today. Talents as a climber are essential for aspiring stage winners, but descender skills won't go amiss either.
Come on, guys!
Right, lads. You've got plenty on the plate today. There's not a flat kilometre in it. You can't even let up on the way downhill. You'll have to stay focused. Do your best. Good luck.
There's an acceleration.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. Lâchez rien, allez.
Bravo les gars! Lâchez rien, allez!
Forza ragazzi, continuate! Sei più figo!
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Allez les gars! Lâchez rien, allez! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars! Allez les gars, courage! Courage! Continue! Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars! Bravo les gars!
Allez les gars, courage!
Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça!
Ragazzi!
Here we go!
The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary.
On continue comme ça les gars. C'est bien. Allez les gars, courage.
Very comfortable on hilly routes with steep inclines, Dylan Toynes is now one of the riders to be reckoned with in the Ardennes Classics.
Ouais! Allez les gars, courage! Ouais! Laissez rien les gars, laissez rien, allez!
Allez les gars, courage!
Bravo!
A good climber, Guillaume Martin always rises to the occasion when the going gets
Et
tough.
voilà!
Bravo les gars, allez-y, allez-y.
Oh là là!
His teammates have already started the pursuit. No doubt aiming for a sprint finish.
Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça!
Michael Valgren is a puncher who's coming to the fore in the world hierarchy. With his 2018 victories in the Circuit Het Njofsblad and the Amstel Gold Race, he's now one of the riders to be reckoned with in the Grand Classics. Rarely spared by bad falls in the Tour de France, Richie Porte is nevertheless one of the best climbers in the peloton.
Haut rein, Leute! Gut so! Continuez comme ça!
Bravi ragazzi! Forza, continuate!
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les
Allez les gars.
His best chance of victory is to try a breakaway from far out. From the town of Albi, Lilian Calmejean is an attacking puncher who did not take long to get noticed. After a stage victory on the roads of the Tour of Spain in his first year as a professional, the following year he won a stage on the Tour de France.
Don't waste too much energy now. His teammates are hunting down the counterattack.
Allez les gars!
Sei più figo!
The first Colombian to win one of cycling's monuments, the Tour of Lombardy, Esteban Chaves, is an excellent climber. Good puncher and tireless attacker, Tim Valens is a rider who never throws in the towel. At ease on short climbs, mountain passes and on the flat, all he lacks is a good turn of speed when finishing in a big group.
Grandissima vittoria!
Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
Les voilà!
Mitico!
Courage! On continue! Allez le go!
Good climber and good rouleur, the Russian Ilnur Zakharin is a rider who's used to finishing in the top 10 of week-long stage races and is also used to competing for victory on rugged terrain. Watch out for him in the mountains. He may be young, but he's already proved that he can compete with the best.
Laissez rien les gars! Allez! Allez!
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite!
His teammates are riding hard. He must find the situation dangerous with so many riders who've broken away.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Continuez comme ça.
Lâchez rien!
Mitico! Non mollate!
Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
The intermediate sprint is in a few kilometers. It's probably the last time the sprinters will see the front of the peloton. After that, it will be a succession of mountain passes without let up until the finish.
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars! Lâchez rien! Allez! Continuez comme ça!
Forza, continuate!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Continuez comme ça! Allez! Bravo les gars! Lâchez rien! Allez!
Courage, on continue.
He's a good climber puncher over any kind of obstacle.
First riders have reached the intermediate sprint.
Allez les gars! Courage! Allez les gars, courage! Grandissima vittoria! Tenete duro! Allez les gars! Allez, allez, allez les gars! Sei il più figo! Vai campione! Forza ragazzi, continuate!
Allez les gars, courage.
Non mollate! Grandissima vittoria! Vai campione! Bravo, bravo! Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Sei il più figo! Non mollate,
Bravo,
allez les gars, courage!
The breakaway can't widen the gap.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
Forza ragazzi, continuate!
The ascent to the Cormet de Roselend has begun. 13.9 kilometers of climbing from Bourg to Maurice and an average slope of 6.1%. That's quite a starter.
Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Allez les gars, courage!
Continue là, plus vite, plus vite.
Les voilà!
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite!
the best placed in the overall standings amongst those at the head of the race.
Here we go! Here we go! Courage! Continue! Here we go!
Fabio Aru is an excellent climber, capable of playing a leading role on the Grand Tours. He already has 2 podiums on the Tour of Italy and 1 victory on the Tour of Spain.
Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Bravi ragazzi!
Lâchez rien, allez! On continue! Ouais! Allez les gars! Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, on continue. Allez les gars, continuez là, plus vite, plus vite.
Allez, continuez comme ça!
Haltet euch ran!
Forza ragazzi, continuate! Bravo, bravo! Vai,
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça!
sei il migliore!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Ragazzi, continuate! Vai, campione! Forza ragazzi, continuate! Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
Keep
Tenete
going.
duro!
Here we go, here we go.
Forza, continuate!
Come on guys, go, go. Here we go, here we go.
Haltet euch ran! Da kommen sie! Haut rein!
Allez les gars. Allez les gars.
Forza ragazzi, continuate!
Allez les gars, courage.
Non mollate! Sei il migliore! Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
On continue.
Bravi ragazzi!
Allez les gars.
He's the highest placed of the climbers in the breakaway.
Super, keep going.
Courage les gars, allez plus vite!
Here we go, here we
Forza ragazzi,
go.
continuate!
Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars, courage les gars.
Allez les gars, courage!
Continuez là, plus vite, plus vite.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça!
Continuez comme ça. Allez.
Laissez rien les gars! Allez!
Forza, continuate!
Allez.
Allez les gars, courage!
Continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars, c'est bien! Allez, allez!
Allez les gars, courage! Lâchez rien!
Bravo, bravo! Non mollate! Dai, tenete duro! Courage, on continue!
Allez les gars! Allez les gars! Courage! Allez les gars! Courage! Allez les gars! Allez, continuez comme ça!
Ragazzi, continuate!
Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça!
Come on guys, go, go!
He's the best placed in the overall standings amongst those at the head of the race.
Courage! Continuez comme ça!
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, courage! Et voilà! Allez les gars, on continue comme ça! Allez, courage, on continue les gars! Allez les gars, on continue comme ça! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, courage! Continuez comme ça! Allez! Allez les gars! Allez les gars!
Bravo les gars, c'est bien!
Allez les gars!
Allez, on y va! Allez les gars, courage! Grandissima vittoria! Vai campione! Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Bravo! Non mollate! Bravi ragazzi!
Forza ragazzi, continuate!
Here we go!
Continuez comme ça.
Bravo les gars.
Courage, allez, courage, continue.
Bravi ragazzi!
Allez les gars.
Allez les gars!
Continuez comme ça.
There's plenty of damage at the back of the peloton. It will be a long day in the saddle for those who fall behind.
The Cormet de Roselend is a first category climb. The first one to the top scores 10 extra points towards the mountains classification. He'll then have to keep a clear head on the descent towards Beaufort because it's technically challenging. A hard-pedalling baroudeur, long breakaways are the specialty of the Belgian Thomas de Ghent. This has allowed him to win a stage on each of the 3 Grand Tours, as well as on the Paris-Nice and the Dauphiné.
Allez les gars, courage.
Haut rein! Weiter so, Jungs! Ihr schafft das! Weiter so, Jungs!
Bravi ragazzi! Mi sei unito!
Allez les gars.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. His teammates have positioned themselves at the head of the peloton. They will no doubt manage the gap so as to finish in a sprint. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
Allez les gars. Courage.
When going downhill, the aerodynamic position is useful to increase speed without expending energy.
Weiter so, Jungs! Da kommen sie! Haut rein! Ihr schafft das!
Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
Allez les gars, continuez là, plus vite, plus vite!
C'est bien!
A teammate is beginning to lose touch.
Tenete duro!
The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings.
Guys, don't forget to protect our leader. Communication is important. That's why we have TeamCom.
Allez les gars, courage! Allez, allez!
Weiter so, Jungs! Da kommen sie! Haut rein! Verdammt, Jungs!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Mitico! Forza ragazzi!
Continuez comme ça.
It doesn't seem to be a good day for him. He's being distanced.
Bravo les gars! Bravo les gars!
Allez, allez, les gars.
Continuez comme ça les gars. Allez. Allez les gars. Allez les gars. Allez.
Tenete duro! Sei il più figo! Forza ragazzi, continuate! Bravi ragazzi!
Les gars, on est avec vous! Lâchez rien, allez!
Mitico! Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
Haltet euch ran!
The gap isn't changing much. The front of the race is now onto a new first category climb, the Col de Saisies. Again, it's a long ascent of more than 15 kilometres on a slope whose average is over 6%.
Allez, les gars.
Non mollate!
Lâchez rien, allez.
Courage! On continue! Bravo les gars!
Da kommen sie! Haut rein!
Bravo!
Forza ragazzi! Non mollate! Tenete duro! Grandissima vittoria! Sei il più
Allez les gars!
bravo! Lì voilà!
Bravo les gars! Continuez comme ça!
Sei il più figo! Bravo!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez!
Ragazzi, continuate.
Lâchez rien! Allez!
Mitico! Vai campione!
Courage! Allez les gars, on continue! continue comme ça. Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage! On y va!
Mais voilà! Bravo les gars! Bravo les gars! Lâchez rien! Allez! Continuez comme ça les gars, on est avec vous! Lâchez rien! Allez le go!
Allez les gars, allez, go! Allez, on y va!
There's not a lot going on. If this was a video game, I'd advance the clock to the last difficulty.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien!
Allez courage, on continue les gars!
Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça! Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, on continue comme ça! Allez les gars!
Allez, courage, on continue! Allez les gars, courage!
Bravo les gars! Allez les gars! Bravo les gars! Allez les gars! Allez les gars! Courage!
Allez les gars, courage! Bravi ragazzi! Tenete duro ragazzi, coraggio! Non mollate!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Bravissima vittoria!
Continuez comme ça! Allez!
Tenete duro! Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Vai, sei unito! Vai campione! Bravi ragazzi!
On continue!
Allez les gars!
Allez les gars! On continue
Allez,
comme ça!
Grandissima vittoria! Tenete duro! Forza ragazzi, continuate! Allez les gars!
Allez! Allez les gars!
The next summit is ranked first category. The first 6 riders will score 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 point towards the best climber classification.
Bravo les gars! Bravo les gars! Bravo les gars! On continue les gars!
Allez les gars, courage!
Lâchez rien! Allez! Courage, on continue! Allez les gars! Courage!
Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, courage!
Sei un mito! Forza ragazzi!
Lâchez rien.
Non mollate les gars!
Lâchez rien! Allez les gars! Allez les gars!
Oui, allez, forza ragazzi! Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite!
Allez, continuez comme ça!
Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars, courage!
Continuez comme ça! Allez! Bravo les gars! Bravo les gars!
Courage!
Continuez comme ça! Allez!
Allez.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
Vas-y, fonce! Allez, allez, allez,
Appuie sur les pédales.
Allez, les gars!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
allez, vas-y!
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Forza ragazzi, continuate!
Les voilà. Continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage. Allez. Allez les gars, on continue là. Plus vite, plus vite. Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, courage!
Comme ça. Allez les gars.
Forza ragazzi, continuate! Tenete duro! Grandissima vittoria!
Here's the positions over the last climb.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Bravo, les gars!
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars.
Tenete duro!
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go! Allez, on y va!
Courage. On continue. Allez les gars. Continuez comme ça. Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars. Lâchez rien.
Forza ragazzi!
On continue les gars.
Lâchez rien, allez.
Allez les gars, courage!
Courage les gars.
Courage, on continue!
Lâchez rien. Allez.
Courage! On continue!
Bravo, courage.
Lâchez rien.
Allez les gars, courage.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien!
The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings.
Lâchez rien, allez.
There's a big time gap with the breakaway, but it's not our concern. We are interested in the overall standings, not the stage.
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars. Lâchez rien. Courage. On continue. Bravo les gars. Bravo les gars. Allez les gars.
And a new ascent begins, the Col de Maraillet. More than 10 kilometers of climbing awaits the riders. The first 5 kilometers shouldn't trouble the peloton. It's only thereafter that the percentages begin to hurt.
Bravo les gars.
Gut so, haut rein, Leute!
Non mollate! Forza ragazzi, continuate! Bravi ragazzi! Grandissima vittoria! Forza ragazzi!
Basta, basta! Allez les gars, courage!
Continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, continuez comme
Allez les gars, continuez comme ça.
continuez comme ça! Allez les
The first rider over the top of the pass will pocket 5 points for the mountain standings.
Lâchez rien, allez.
Continuez comme ça! Continue!
Allez, 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 les gars, courage. Bravo, les gars.
Les voilà!
Allez les gars, courage.
Bravo les gars! Courage!
Allez les gars, courage. Bravo, courage.
Continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars,
Allez les gars!
allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez, 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 les gars, courage.
Grandissima
Allez
vittoria!
les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez! Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça! Allez!
Non mollate!
Continuez comme ça!
Here we go.
Continuate!
Lâchez rien, allez.
Non mollate! Bravi ragazzi!
Allez, courage les gars.
Allez les gars! Bravo les gars!
Allez, les gars, courage. Allez, les gars.
The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton.
On continue comme ça! Allez les gars! Bravo les gars! Come on guys!
Les gars, courage.
Come on,
Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars.
Continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars, courage.
Continue les gars!
Allez, les gars.
Courage, on continue.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race.
Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Non mollate!
Allez, les gars, courage.
Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça!
Courage, on continue.
Allez les gars, courage! Bravo les gars!
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Comme ça les gars, on est avec vous!
Bravi ragazzi.
Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez les gars! Les voilà!
Courage, on continue.
Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, courage! Stai ubito!
Allez les gars,
Grandissima vittoria! Bravi ragazzi!
Allez les gars, courage. Lâchez rien, allez.
Sei ubito!
Here we go.
plus fort! Lâche rien! Bravo!
Vai, vai!
Forza! Sei il migliore!
Ouais, vas-y! Lâche rien!
Non mollare, continua così! Più veloce!
Hop hop! Allez!
Vai, vai! Dai, 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 dai!
Hop! Hop! Allez! Vas-y, vas-y! Hop, hop, hop!
Los!
Plus vite comme ça!
Bravi ragazzi!
Bravo les gars! Continuez comme ça!
Courage! On continue! Continuez comme ça! Allez! Bravo les gars!
Courage!
On continue comme ça! Allez les gars!
The riders are now onto the ascent towards the Glieres Plateau. The climb is important for the mountains classification because, at the top, there are 10 points up for grabs towards the best climber jersey. And that's not all, because there are also time bonuses of 8, 5 and 2 seconds for the general classification. If the Plateau de Glieres climb is very steep, an average slope of over 11%, it's also atypical with its narrow road and gravel summit.
Vai campione! Bravo ragazzi!
Lâchez rien les gars! Allez! 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 Lâchez rien! Allez!
Allez les gars, on continue
Allez
comme
les
ça.
gars! Continuez
Lâchez
comme
rien,
ça!
allez.
Allez les gars! Allez les gars! On continue comme ça!
Guys, after the summit, the road doesn't come down straight away. You'll be onto an untarmacked surface that climbs gently for 2 kilometers.
Ragazzi, continuate! Sei più...
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Courage!
Allez les gars, courage.
Continuez
Allez
comme
les
ça!
gars, courage. Allez.
Ouais! Allez les gars! Allez les gars! On continue comme ça!
Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Forza,
Allez, les gars,
continuate! Sei più
Allez les gars! On
figo!
continue comme ça!
Allez les gars!
Lâchez rien! Allez!
Bravo, bravo. Allez les gars.
Even though the summit is relatively far from the finish, some could use this climb to turn the screws on their opponents. A rider could even try to go solo, because there's not a flat kilometre all the way to the line.
Haltet euch ran! Weiter so, Jungs!
Ragazzi, coraggio.
Allez les gars, courage.
Courage! On continue!
Sei il migliore! Forza ragazzi, continuate!
Non mollate.
Haltet euch ran!
Comme ça! Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça! Grandissima vittoria! Vai campione!
Allez, courage les gars.
Continuez comme ça!
Bravo les gars.
Lâchez rien! Allez!
Sei più figo!
Allez, courage!
Allez les gars. Allez les gars. Allez les gars.
Lâchez rien! Allez! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars!
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Grandissima vittoria!
Allez, courage les gars.
Allez les gars! Allez les gars! Courage! Continuez comme ça! Allez! Allez les gars! On continue comme ça!
Allez les gars! Grandissima vittoria! Non mollate! Tenete duro! Forza, continuate!
Allez les gars, courage.
Sei più figo!
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
Continuez comme ça! Allez!
Forza ragazzi, continuate! Forza, continuate! Grandissima vittoria!
Tenete duro.
Bravi ragazzi!
Forza ragazzi, coraggio.
Forza, continuate!
Allez les gars! Courage!
Allez, courage!
Continuez comme ça les gars! On est avec vous!
Allez.
Allez les gars! Courage! Lâchez rien! Allez!
Continuez comme ça!
Allez.
Allez les gars! Courage! On continue
Allez
comme
les
ça!
gars! On continue comme ça!
Continuez comme ça!
Go, go,
Allez les gars!
Come on guys, go,
Allez, courage! On
go.
continue les gars!
Bravo les gars.
Allez les gars, courage.
Here's the positions over the last climb. He'll be the new polka dot jersey. He can no longer be caught today.
Allez les gars! On continue comme ça!
Forza ragazzi, continuate!
Non mollate.
Allez les gars, courage.
Forza ragazzi, coraggio.
Sei un mito! Non mollate! Sei il migliore!
Lâchez rien! Courage! Allez!
Yuhu! Continuez comme ça! Forza, continuate! Forza ragazzi, continuate! Non mollate! Tenete duro!
Allez les gars!
Courage, on continue.
Vai,
On y va.
Forza ragazzi, continuate!
Ragazzi!
Ragazzi!
Allez les gars!
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars, continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, courage!
Come on, guys!
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars!
Comme ça, les gars. Allez, les gars, on continue comme ça.
Continuate comme ça!
Allez les gars!
Bravo, les gars, allez-y, allez-y. Allez, les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez les gars! Allez les gars! Continuez comme ça! Allez la série! Allez! Allez les gars! Continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars!
Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, courage!
Ouais.
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars! Bravo les gars!
Non
Continuez comme
mollate!
ça!
Venite!
Continuez comme ça!
Tenete duro!
Allez les gars! On continue comme ça! On continue!
Allez les gars!
We're off.
Courage!
The man at the front is into the final
Allez les
climb.
gars, courage!
Allez les gars, courage!
The Col de Fleuries is neither very long nor very steep. However, if a rider manages to make it over the top alone, even with a small lead, there's a good chance that he could make it to the line on his own.
front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Oui, on est avec toi. Plus vite.
Vai, vai. Dai, dai, dai.
Courage. Continue.
Bravo.
Courage,
Allez, allez,
continue.
allez.
Force, 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 force.
Dai, dai, forza! Dai, campione!
10 kilometres from the finish. Another short effort by the man at the front, and he's got it won.
Here's the positions over the last climb. He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
Tenete duro.
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders.
Allez, courage, on continue, les gars. Allez, les gars. On peut continuer comme ça. Allez, les gars. Allez, les gars. Allez, continuez comme ça.
Courage, on continue!
Allez, les gars. Courage.
Lâchez rien. Allez.
Allez, les gars.
Courage, les gars! Lâchez rien, allez!
Go on, he will finish alone and will soon be able to raise his arms. Last kilometre.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
Allez, on y va. Encore, encore. He's just fallen. That may cost him some time in the overall standings.
Oui, oui. Bravo.
been avoiding all the pitfalls to win today. Here is the winner. We can say that everything is going well for him at the moment. Here is the yellow jersey. He will climb onto the podium to receive his jersey. He is in sparkling. We can say that everything.
It really is a stage to forget. We had the means to be amongst the front-runners, and we didn't even get into the top 10. It's a disappointment. We retain the yellow jersey. It's today's source of comfort.